What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Fred Gaming YouTube video, and today we are going to be talking about Piggy Book 2 Chapter 10 predictions. Alright guys, I finally added my intro into the mix. So yeah, I added my intro. So now let's get into, well, my predictions for Piggy Book 2 Chapter 9. And before we start our predictions, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We are so close to 540 subscribers, and help us hit that goal. We are about 5 subscribers away, so you could be the subscriber that helps us push our way to road to 600. Maybe we can get it in about maybe a month or two. I don't know. So yeah, let's get actually into it. Make sure to like the video if you want more Piggy videos and you like the videos that I'm making. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's go over Book 2 Chapter 9. So this is going to be separated into 3 parts. Book 2 Chapter 9, the lore of Book 2 Chapter 9, and Book 2 Chapter 10. So the lore is all the notes and the beginning and end cutscenes. So let's get through Chapter 9 as the map base. So the bot was Marcus the Moose, as you could probably tell on the chapter. Marcus the Moose was all around the map trying to chase us. And the interesting part about Marcus is he's not infected. We confirmed that he's not infected. He is just in control by the insolence. So that's something to add there. He is chasing us, and he attacked Pony. Let's just know that. I don't think Pony's gonna get infected because he is an insolent monster. So, over on the map, Chapter 9 was kind of, I would call it an underground base, because it had like some torches, what led into a burial tomb, kind of like an Egyptian burial tomb, I would say. And maybe that leads back to Komosi, but I'm not sure. Well, that's pretty much it for the map. The map was pretty cool. It was a bit of an underground, in-ground base. I wouldn't really call it the military base of Doughport. I would just call it a little docks, as the title is docks. So it's a little dock to Doughport. Now let's get into the notes for Book 2 Chapter 9. Alright, here are the notes for Book 2 Chapter 9. I'm going to put maybe like half of them up on screen right there. Alright, the first note says, we're caved in, trapped. It sounds as though the outside world went silent and has moved past us. So, this is a very interesting note. It tells us a bit about the storyline. So, I'm guessing some people are caved in, they were trapped. It sounds as though the outline world was silent and moved past us. Maybe this could mean they couldn't hear the outside world. This could mean something about the insolence. Maybe the insolence is starting to control them and getting rid of, like, maybe they're known of society. So maybe that is it, but I'm not sure. Make sure you put your predictions down below and all of this stuff. And I'll make sure to reply to every prediction that you guys have and reply my opinion on it. So let's get into the next note. Alright, here this note says, here lies King Milo on one of the gravestones. May he rule over the realm of the dead for eternity. That just means King Milo. Not very storyline, but explains why there's a tomb. Here lies Queen Viola, says the next note. May she continue her fierce conquest in the afterlife. And this is confirmed to be Egyptian right here, because the Egyptians believe the afterlife and stuff. Which, like, yeah, so that's basically confirmed that it's Egyptian. There's, like, and also, you might have saw this in Creekcraft's video, but I think I'm just going to tell you right now, if you haven't seen it in Creekcraft's video, that there's a maze in Book 2 Chapter 9, and Egyptians usually put mazes for tomb robbers. So, yeah, just credit to Creekcraft for letting me know that, and I'm just going to tell you guys that from Creekcraft. Let's see the next note, though. This room is peculiar. What purpose does and did it serve? One with the expedition. Okay, this note is probably from the maze, and it's probably talking about what purpose the maze has, and it's to stop tomb robbers, as I just said in from Creekcraft's video. So that's what that means. Next one, we have to find one of the first subjects to Substance 128 in order to come up with some sort of cure. Where in the world are we going to find any of them? Okay, guys, this is the biggest note that we have ever seen in Piggy Book 2 so far. At least I think. This explains a lot of things. This explains how people are going to find the cure. This explains who's going to be an old character that we're going to coming back. And this is Substance 128, which is the infection, if you did not know. And, again, this could be one of three things. This could either be Mother Piggy, Father Piggy, or Piggy. Like Peppa Pig, like Penny. So, I think it's Penny, because, of course, Penny was a Shadow Penny in Piggy Book 2 trailer and the Piggy Book 2 main menu. So that confirms that it's probably going to be Penny coming back. Because Mother is already infected and Father's already infected. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's probably going to be Penny. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Penny. Penny's been lurking in Book 2, but it's never really came about. So let's get into the next note. This one's very hard to read, as you can probably say. I'm tired of being bored, or I don't know what that says, and neglected. I'm sick of it. I can't even read this. If there is, if they don't think I'm useful, tough for them. Then I'll be more useful against them. Tigery. Okay, I'm sorry that's hard. I couldn't really read that note. So yeah. So basically, Tigery is still mad at TSP and Willow. So they think he is useless. So now Tigery is going to be useful against them. So this reveals who we should trust, kind of, because he says he will be more useful against them. So either this means he's just going to try to fight against them for the good and try to stop them from their evil doings, or he's going to do it for the bad and manipulate us into thinking that he is good, but he's bad. So this basically, if he's doing it for the good, then we should trust Tigery. If he's doing it for the bad, then we should not trust Tigery. And right now I'm trusting Tigery because of all the notes. If all the notes he said are true, then Tigery, we know he has depression, stuff like that. And he's basically mad at TSP, so that's interesting. This one is very hard to read. This is like the last note that we have. Dark creatures everywhere. Samarone 8th. I can't even read this. Okay, someone get me. I can't. Dude, this is so hard to read. Someone get me out of here. I'm just a farmer who wanted an adventure. Now, this is the note talking about Marcus's backstory. So, Marcus is a farmer. He was farming. He came here for an adventure, and he saw dark creatures, and that's how he turned into an insolence monster. This is a very important note. Now we know how people get turned into insolence monsters. They see dark creatures. They ask for people to get them out of there, which is probably they're going to do. If you see dark creatures, you're probably going to ask someone to get out of here. So, this reveals. So you see some, if you're very close to the insolence, I guess, you see some dark creatures, and then you get turned into a monster. Now, those are all the notes for Book 2, Chapter 9. Now let's get into the cutscene. Alright, the cutscene. Let's get into the cutscene. This is a really, really wild and long cutscene. If you guys have not already seen the cutscene, I'm not going to play a 2-minute cutscene on the video. You guys can go play Chapter 9, complete it, and see the cutscene, or you can look on a video on YouTube. But Anyways, let's compare the survivor to the savior. Survivor without Mimi, savior with Mimi. So let's just review the summary of the savior ending. We don't really need to do summary of the survivor ending. It's the same thing, but without Mimi and Pony saying dialogue instead of Mimi. So we're just gonna do the savior ending. Again, all Mimi's dialogue is going to Pony, but like differed, because Pony's Pony and Mimi's Mimi. So let's just get to the survivor. So this is what happens to Survivor. We escape through the exit and we meet Tigray. He offers us a deal to leave Willow, ditch Willow, and take everyone who's a survivor, like Mimi, Pony, Georgie, the sisters, and us. Go over to him, ditch Willow, and go find the cure for his supposed friend. We're looking for Zizzy to cure, and he is looking for his friend to cure. So, this seems like a pretty good deal. I don't know, though. He might be lying. He could not be lying. Who actually knows? So, we argue in that we should trust Willow if Willow should trust us, which is very true. But Willow has done some very bad things to us. So, she's the reason that we're trying to find this cure right this instant, because she took Zizzy. She literally took Zizzy and infected her. So she's getting us mad. She's getting Pony mad. She's getting the sisters mad. She basically got everyone mad. So I'm gonna stick with Tiger here. I don't know about you guys, but then we leave, and Tiger says the deal still stands. So book 2, chapter 12, right there. To Tiger or Willow to go, and I don't know which one. So Willow, book 2, chapter 12, and Tigray. Let me know in the comments which one you would choose. So let's get on to the more of the cutscene. Then we go outside into the Doveport, like the actual snow map, and we trip over Robbie. Yup, an old friend Robbie. But this time he doesn't have a chainsaw, and he's very friendly and like a security guard almost. So that's very cool, isn't it? So we go to Robbie, and then we see someone in a house, and coming out of the house, and it is Kona the Killspringer. That's how you say it, right? And he says, "Come in for safety." We go into his house or whatever it is, and it turns out Kona is the engineer, which we Minitoon leaked in Leak. So Kona the Killspringer is the engineer friend of Mimi. He talks to us about the infection and how these creatures are getting smarter and they're appearing out of nowhere, and that the military is trying to fight them off. They appeared out of nowhere. They didn't get infected. They just appeared, which makes sense, because how would people get infected on a boat if none of them actually got infected in the first place, and there's no infected in the boat? It just doesn't make sense. So that's very why, and I know exactly why this is going on, and we'll get that in the prediction part of the video. This is the second part, the notes and the lore. So the ending cutscene is basically that, talking us about Robbie. If you got the savior ending, talking about Mimi and Kona reunition, and about their engineering so far. And it turns out Kona is studying the infected creatures, which is pretty cool. So that concludes the cutscene. He says, "Go down into my lab. Mimi will find a radio, so Mimi and Kona can interact and see what's going on, and it will get us further to the cure." So you all know what chapter 10 is. Yeah, you probably do know. Kona said to go down to the lab. Unless something big happens, it's going to be a laboratory chapter 10. So lab chapter 10. Laboratory chapter 10. It's going to look pretty cool. We're going to go downstairs and go to the lab. Again, for the beginning cutscene of chapter 9, Budgie just ditched us, which, why would he stay? I don't know. So, looks like Robbie is going to be the helper for book 2, chapter 10. Robbie will assist us. Maybe we have to give him something to knock out the infected. Maybe like a gear or like a power battery or something. Who knows? So I'm guessing we're going to have one helper for this chapter, which is going to be Robbie. So that concludes with my predictions. Is there anything else? Let's do the lore for Chapter 10. I think what's going to be happening in Chapter 10 is going to be, like, basically us finding out about the insolence in the laboratory. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But I actually do not think that the insolence has anything to do with Mr. Stitchy. And let me tell you why. We have saw so many things about the insolence, but we never see Mr. Stitchy anywhere. I know it aligns perfectly. Mr. Stitchy liked the people summon it. But I actually think that they scrapped the Mr. Stitchy idea and put another insolence monster in its place that looks way cooler and way better. Stitchy, no offense, but Mr. Stitchy does not look too creepy. It's pretty creepy, but not as creepy as like some of other skins, like the insolence monster trap. So I think they redesigned Mr. Stitchy a bit, so it's not going to be our old Mr. Stitchy. It might be like a redesigned Stitchy, or it could be a totally different character, which is like Mr. Stitchy, but like totally different. So that concludes Book 2, Chapter 10 predictions. Chapter 9 lore. What you've missed on Chapter 9 probably, maybe, was covered in this. Hopefully you guys learned something about Piggy, and hopefully this encouraged you to make like videos about predictions too. Hopefully you enjoyed the predictions. Again, leave your predictions down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Edit Fred Gaming here. What's poppin'? I see my video while I was editing it. It is so long. It is like 18 minutes. So if you made it this far, I want you to comment, I've made it to the end, to know that you've made it to the end, because this is a very, very long video. So thank you if you made it to the end. That's to tell you some true dedication. So, yeah, see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed.